Alright, so this is my wife's 1992 Mazda 323. Best car we've ever owned. Aside from my truck. Best car we've ever owned. It's a really badass car, 35 miles to the gallon, always gets, always is really reliable. But recently I think that the alternator went out. She's been having some slow starts in the mornings, and I replaced the battery with an interstate, you can see there, and I cleaned all this stuff up and put new connections on the battery. Still the same problem, and last night when she was coming home from roller derby practice it failed on her. So we charged the battery up and got the car home, and I tested the alternator. There's a couple of tests that you can do for your alternator, and they're similar to motorcycles. First off, your charge light will start to come on. It'll get dim and then it'll get brighter and brighter as the problem gets worse. Second, you'll see that it's just not charging. This battery is holding a steady 12.64 volts. I go to turn the car on. We're just not charging. Finally, I took it to Advanced Auto Parts and they put their little machine on it. They do this for free, and it shows like this waveform here. It started out just above 12 volts, and it drops down when we hit the starter, and then it came back up, and it's staying like at 12 volts. You can see it's just not charging. And their little machine says results diode open. So this alternator's got a stuck open diode, so it's bad. So I went to the pick and pull, our local junkyard, pulled one out of a Mazda Protege, exact same alternator, $10.99 for this. At Advanced Auto Parts they wanted $160. Pulled one out of a nice low mileage car, and now we're going to throw it in there and hopefully this does the trick. So in this vehicle, the alternator is located down here on the passenger side, but it could be up front on any other vehicles or whatever. Just find your belts and follow your belts until you see something that looks like this. Typically they are connected by just maybe 2 to 3 bolts. You can see this one here is the sliding bolt, and it slides back and forth here in order to apply tension to the belt, which is actually a little bit loose. And there's another bolt down there that's the pivot bolt, and that one just sort of allows it to pivot back and forth. So that's how you tighten up your belt. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this bolt, I'm going to take out that one, and we've got 2 connectors, one here and one underneath this cap here, which is I'll have to get a screwdriver to get that off, but it's held on by a 10mm nut. If you gotta jack the car up to get underneath it and get that second bolt out, always safety first. Alright, so after some wiggling and some jiggling, we popped right out. Now we're gonna throw the other one in. Alright, so everything's all installed and buttoned up. Let's see if it works. Okay, we're running at 12.70. All right, look at me now. Charging beautifully. And the charge light is off. Sweet. Alright. Enough work. Now it's time to have some fun.